Well, today's plan, we're back at the little pond. Got the kayak out again. It's just been too much fun to not bring it out. We're going to try and carry on what we were doing at the last pond and really searching for a bigger bite. I know the winter time's prime time to catch the giants. They're fattening up. A lot of the fish I've been catching got big bellies on them. I just really need to hook on to the big ones. So today we're going to start power fishing big baits, really big presentations, and really try and target those bigger fish that I know in here. I've caught several in the spring and summer here, 3.5 plus. So I'm really hoping to hook up on one of those guys. Today's goal is for sure something over 3 pounds. So I'm going to try some presentations that I haven't ever tried before, and some stuff that I have that I've had a little bit of success with. Probably going to start throwing like a bigger swim bait because I know that there's shad in here now. And I'm also going to try a different technique that I've never done, slow rolling a big spinner bait on the bottom. I know is a great presentation for catching big fish, so I'm going to try that out. It's kind of windy today, which sets up a lot better for a moving bite. So I'm hoping that helps me with the spinner bait bite. But if that doesn't work, then we've got a pretty consistent cranking bite going on here, so we'll fall back on that if nothing else. And then if they want to get really finicky, we will. But we're definitely going to catch some fish today. But like always, I appreciate you coming along, and let's go. All right, we're on the water now. Like I said, we're going to be throwing some kind of big bait presentations this go around. And the first one I want to try is a spinner bait, and a particular way to fish a spinner bait, and this one's particular style. So this one's made by 10,000 Fish, and it's got these cool swivels up top here that you can see, so it rocks back and forth, and it doesn't have a swivel like a normal blade. It's got these rings, so the blade kind of goes back and forth. And what that does is it means it really doesn't need hardly any water, any current. You don't have to reel it very fast at all for the blade to work, because we're going to be fishing this super slow. I just threw on a little, I think this is a Rage swimmer as a trailer just for a little bit of extra action. We might take that off, we'll see. And this is a 1/2 ounce, so she's pretty heavy, she sinks. We're going to start with this and see how it goes. Now when I say I'm slow rolling this, that's a technique for spinner baits where it's pretty much what it says. You're going to let it sink all the way to the bottom, and then you're going to be reeling it maybe an inch or two off the bottom as slow as you can. And just trying to walk it into their face when they're sucked to the bottom. And this being a bigger bait and a bigger blade and a bigger presentation, I'm really hoping it triggers the bigger bite, the bigger fish to commit. But we'll see. Another tricky part is all the vegetation. We're gonna be doing a lot of paddling today, I feel like. All right, so we're gonna switch it up. This is the Bass Mafia swim bait. It's a line through in the 6-inch. And once again, throwing big baits for big fish, but I found out recently that there is big shad in here, so we're gonna try and key in on that. And we're gonna fish it kind of the same way. Lob it out there, and I'm throwing this on a 20-pound braid, or 20-pound fluorocarbon, and just slow rolling it. Kind of the same. You're just kind of letting it kick real slow. And these bigger baits, even though there's no flash, there's no blade, there's no flash to them, that big boot tail displaces quite a bit of water. And so you'd be surprised at how much of a presence it has, even though it's a very simplistic bait. It's got a ton of presence, and it can draw fish from quite the distance, especially in clearer water. I mean, we've got about 2.5 to 3 foot of visibility right now, so it's not crystal clear, but it's pretty clear. And it not being a very big body of water also helps. I'm definitely bringing it past the fish, a fish or two every cast probably. So it's just going to take a little bit bigger fish probably to commit to it. We're going to see if they're in the mood. But in the winter, the nice thing is these fish are trying to conserve calories. It's cold, their metabolism is slowed down. They're not lethargic, but since they're cold-blooded creatures, they don't digest their food near as fast in the winter as they do in the summer. So if I'm a bass and I'm trying to be real calorie efficient, it's a lot more efficient to eat one big meal that's going to last me a long time versus trying to chase around little minnows or little tiny bluegill and expend a lot of calories to not really gain any. So that's why these bigger baits tend to work in the fall and winter really good, because it's just a more calorie efficient deal for these bigger bass. And they didn't get big by being dumb. Alright, ran back to the truck and grabbed some different rods. We're going to try the lipless because it's been really consistent lately, and see if they're in the mood to chase in the first place, because they just weren't seeming very interested in the big boy. So we're gonna try this, see if we can't get verify what they're wanting. I've also got the shaky head, so we'll try the bottom if they're not real interested in this. But I really do think it's going to be more of a timing deal more than it is a presentation per se, because like I said, there's feed windows, especially in the winter. I mean, yes, every other time of the year, the fish always seem to bite a little better at first light, last light, stuff like that, and that's just feed windows. But in the winter, it kind of shifts, and it's more midday when the sun's up high, the water's warming up. Generally speaking, not to say that they don't feed at first light and last light, because they absolutely do. It has a lot to do with the moon, and barometric pressures have a lot to do with it. So we're just gonna horse around a little bit and see what they want. bumped into something right there. There's a fish. There's a fish. All right. There's a little better fish too. Oh, come on. All right. Lipless for the win. And I felt him bump it the first time, and he just barely thumped me and then couldn't commit to it. And so when they do that little C, it means they're cold, but yeah, he bumped it and then came back for it again. That's like a solid pounder, maybe a little better. Awesome, finally something. And I'm fishing this lipless just as slow as I can. I'm just keeping it right above the bottom, trying to trick them into hitting it. Finally paid off. Like I said, I'm hoping it's just a bite window deal, and I can trick more of them into it come a little later in the day. They'll get a little more fired up. But for right now, we'll just be happy to catch a couple and get the skunk off the boat. And that one hit me literally right underneath the kayak. Like, he wasn't 5 foot off the nose. All right. Well. I do believe let's try the bluegill. Alright, let's switch it up. Tied on a flat-sided square bill. We got a bite on the lipless, and I've got a couple bumps, but they're just not really committing to it. So it means we're close to figuring it out. We're just not quite there yet. So maybe a little louder presentation is the way to go. And then if this doesn't work, maybe we try something a little quieter. If I can get there's a fish. Oh, it's a good fish. That's a very good fish. Oh God, that's a big one. Oh my God, guys, that's a huge fish. Okay, a little more than that, a little more than that. Oh my God, that's a monster. Please. Oh my God, he's huge. Oh God. Come here, big boy. Oh, he's barely hooked. Please, please, please. my God, guys. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, that's a PB and a half. Holy freaking crap. Oh, we came here for the biggins. Oh, Jesus. Look at that. Oh my God. Where's my scale? This is 100% my PB. My biggest fish to date is 4-1 out of here. This has got to be 6. All right, we're zeroed out. Oh, I'm shaking so bad, guys. Oh my God. I know there's biggins in here, but 5-7. 5-7, a new PB. Oh my God, on the square bill, I was just burning it and pausing it, burning it and pausing it. Just trying to get that reaction bite. But my gosh. That's a cool fish, man. Probably close to 20 inch. Big shoulders, fat belly. Oh man. Thank you, Big Mama. All right, I'm gonna put her back. What a fight, too. Man. That's why you go fishing in the winter right there. It's middle of the week, nobody's out here, it's windy, the weather's crappy. Could be out, could be sitting at home. Holy cow. I'm shaking so bad. That's why you come out here in the winter. The big fish just come out to play. And that's actually the first fish I've caught. This is the 6 Cents Crush 50, which is their real popular square bill, but it's the flat-sided and in a bluegill color. First fish I've caught on it. And I don't know if I'm gonna beat that fish on it, but oh man, that was awesome. You know, we had got that bite on the lipless, and I kept getting bumped, but they just weren't committing to it, and just couldn't really get them to do anything. So I figured, well, maybe if I burn a lipless, maybe something louder and maybe a little different color change would make the difference, and it did. You know, I may not get another bite today, but that was 100% worth it. Awesome. 5-7. Not only did I beat my PB, crushed it. All right. Well, tried flipping from the bank, didn't work. So seems like the fish are off the edge of this weed line. So hoping maybe we can do something a little different with that, but try flipping from the outside. But I also got my little blade bait here, and it did all right at the last pond, so I kind of want to try it again out here and see if maybe like yo-yoing a blade bait can get me a couple extra bites. Since we hit our goal with the 5-pounder, I'm pretty inclined now to switch over and try and get some numbers going. Not that the crankbait wasn't working, obviously, but just gonna try a couple of different techniques here. If the wind stays laid down like this, the Nico rig might come out. For sure. I'm hoping I can kind of run this guy by the brush line there. There's a fish. Just like that. I was hoping I could go by the weed line and there'd be a fish like that. feels decent. It's tough to tell on this combo. I gotta be really careful. It feels good. Yeah, it's another like 2-pounder. God, today's quality of fish is just off the charts. Oh God. Is it the 5 again? No. That's like a 3 though. Oh God. I gotta be so careful with this. I've only got 8-pound test, so, but it completely engulfed it, so that's cool. I don't know, it might be the 5 again. I don't know. Give me your... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I caught the 5 again. I'm like 90% sure. I caught the same fish twice. No? Maybe? I don't think it's quite as big. I really don't. But I mean, same spot. Nope, different fish. 4.15. Yeah, definitely a different fish. Ow, sharp teeth though. 4.15. Oh my God, dude. Today is just the day of freaking... I gotta get a picture of this one though. Of biggins. Like, I know that they tend to school up this time of year when they're this big, but good Lord. Can I invert it maybe? All right. Well, we'll just keep that going. So I broke my PB twice today. That's cool. How often can I say that? A 4.15 and a 5.7. Well, and ate it exactly how I mean, all the way down the hatch. There's a fish, maybe. Yeah, there's a fish. Little guy, I think. Yeah. Oh, he got angry all of a sudden. Come here, buddy. Don't hook me, please. All right. Woo. Told you, maybe switching up to a blade bait just a little more subtle than the lickless. You know, it doesn't have the rattles and it's a little smaller, but maybe we can crank up the numbers too. Heck yeah. Of course, the wind's gonna pick up and throw me way over here to the weeds. There's fish. On the yo-yo. That feels like a better fish too. just the quality of fish today has been off the charts. Ooh, come here. Come here, buddy. Don't hook me, please. Oh, now you done it, Tate. Grabbed him on the wrong side of the paddle. All right. All them hooks, didn't you? Ah, fat little pounder. Nice. Now, we're gonna see how well this clamp works, because I'm actually really craving some fish today, and I'm almost done fishing, so I think he's gonna come home for dinner. I lied. Last cast. Okay. All right, I will see you guys back at the truck. All right. Well, that was way too much fun. I'm cold. The wind picked up. I got a runny nose, but holy cow. You know, going out on days when nobody else wants to. You know, it's windy, it's a little cold. Those are the days when magic can happen sometimes. I guess those are the days the big fish like to bite, because not only did we beat the PB once, but twice. You know, caught a 5.7 and a 4.15. That's crazy. You know, I know there's some bigger fish in here, but, you know, I thought high 3, you know, low 4 was kind of the max. But I stand corrected, and I'm happy for it. You know, the baits that I thought were going to be more of the big bite baits didn't produce anything. We caught the first one on a lipless, and I was getting a couple bumps and bites. They just weren't committing to it. So I thought, well, maybe if we try cranking a lipless, a square body lipless, maybe I can kind of pause, stop, start it, and try and force more of a reaction bite. And that's what that big one came off of. Was on the pause, just burning it. And I made the same cast probably 4 times, 3-4 times at the same kind of point of brush. And sometimes that's what it takes, is hitting the same structure, same weed line, or same spot 3 or 4 times and getting them to commit. So I'm sure he looked at it every cast, but finally committed right on the pause. I felt a tick as soon as I stopped, and then it just loaded up. And then tried a little bit more, didn't have any other action with that, and then switched over to the blade bait, thinking if the lipless worked, maybe the little blade bait will work. It's a smaller presentation, no rattle, it's a little more subtle, and it worked great. I think we caught 2 or 3 off that. It caught the 4 off that on the little BFS combo. Held up great. Super happy with that reel. I'm so happy I got it. I'm really a BFS fan now. I might end up getting some more, but man, I just can't get over how much fun that was. So while everybody's out hunting or huddled up by the fire, come out and fish. Wintertime is still great fishing. Don't let these cold fronts ruin it for you. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. See you next time.